What's up, my loves? It's your girl Diamond, and I'm back with an all new episode of Growing Up Hip Hop. Let's get into it. Disclaimer: I'm finna read the fuck out of Savannah and Cree at the end of this because this is some bullshit. I'm sorry. That I'ma give my sympathy for Cree, but at the end, fuck that. I'm sorry. I don't know how many times I'm gonna keep giving her a pass or an understanding. I don't know how many times. And Savannah can go straight to hell. But let's get into it. So we open up with TT and Sean. They're going to the jewelers to get matching bands. The wedding is right around the corner and they need to make a choice on bands. I understand how that goes. So she picks up like two wedding bands. One was an eternity band that was diamond crusted all the way around to put on top of her diamond. Sean was definitely sweating bullets because he's worrying about the money. And the ring that she picked up was $30,000. And he's like, "Ooh, but happy wife, happy life." And now they're going to the men's section. Sean don't want nothing flashy. He doesn't want no glitz and glam. But TT feels like, well, I want us to match. I want us to wear bling bling. Now I can understand where TT was coming from because when my husband and I we were shopping for our bands, I wanted him to have a diamond band, but he felt like at the end of the day, I'm a simple dude. That type of stuff, that once will come later in life. Right now, I just want a ring that says I can marry you. That's all I wanted. Throughout their interaction, it was kind of like I don't know. It was amazing how long this scene was. I'm like, how long is this scene? This scene was over 10 minutes long. I'm like, it should not have been that long. But I guess they're trying to fill us up for what's gonna happen in the next episode. And um they were just going back and forth with the type of ring that he would want. You want a white band? Do you want titanium? What type of band you wanted? Something simple. But then it's kind of like, well, once you have this, you can't take this off. He said, what if I want to go to the gym? Don't take it off in the gym. Shower? No. Well, wear it around my necklace? No. TT said, this ring solidifies we're married 24/7. You are married 24/7. This does not come off. Granted, there are times where you're washing dishes, you're cleaning, you don't want chemicals to mess up your ring, you don't want dirt inside it. I take my ring off sometimes when I put on lotion because I don't want lotion inside my bands. And you have to remember to put it back on. So I understand little things where you might not wear your ring all the time, but don't play with me when you're about to play how you don't want to wear your ring when you go to the gym. You don't want to wear your you want to wear your ring around your neck. You don't want to propose to me. You need to wear your ring. Hello, we're not gonna play those games. But moving on, Angela. Cree comes over to Atlanta to see Angela in her new house. She has a 6 bedroom house. I don't know why she needs all them rooms, but she says she can have her glam space. Her son can have a playroom. It's a great place for her to settle down roots. Her son to grow up, and it's a nice area. It's quiet. It's peaceful in the suburbs. She loves it. Creed wants to set her up to find a man. I think they mentioned Bow Wow at some point in this conversation. I didn't pay attention because I'm tired of talking about Bow Wow and Angela. I'm tired of talking about it. Um, because wanting Angela to find somebody because she deserves it, and then it was asked, do she want more children? Oh, before that, she's learning the new areas, getting used to the customs, especially when it comes to learning that you have to go out to the curb and bring your trash out and bring it back in. Living in a condo in New York, she's able to go to the trash chute, so she's learning new things in a different area. But going back to the conversation of finding her a man and does she want more kids? At times she feels like yes, and at times she feels like she don't because her son is a lot and it's just her. I can understand that. You don't want no. And there's nothing wrong with saying I am okay with just having my one child. I'm good with that. It is totally understandable. And it was asked of Cree, do you want kids? She says she does, but she's in fear of being able to carry because at 18 she got pregnant in college. She had an abortion. She went there by herself. And years later, she got pregnant again, but she had a miscarriage. So she's definitely feeling like God is punishing her because right now she's in love and she wants kids. She wants a family, but she's afraid if she gets pregnant, she'll have a high risk pregnancy because she was also diagnosed with uterine fibrosis. She had the surgery, but they told her if she was to get pregnant, it will be a high risk. So that's definitely putting her in a fear of having children. I developed fibroids 3 years after I had my son. I was completely like, I mean, I knew what fibrosis were because I looked them up, but they're not cancerous cells. But it was crazy how after having my son, 3 years later, I have this. This is going on inside my body. So I was definitely in fear of wondering what's going to happen to my reproductive systems if I was to have more kids. Would that be, would it hurt them? Will it affect them? Will I be able to have more? Thankfully, they were the size of a grain of rice, so they wasn't a danger to my body. But they're still there. They haven't grown, but I am getting constant checkups to make sure that they're not growing more. They're not affecting my cycle in any way. So I understand where Cree's fear is. I do, and that's where my sympathy ends from that point. But basically, she's just feeling guilty of all the decisions that she's made since then. And she feels like, am I gonna ever be able to have kids? Because what if I was to keep the kid that I had at 18? I would have been the best mom, but I don't know because I never. I'm in the what if moment. But Angela tells her, don't look at it like that. God doesn't punish people, and He doesn't put things in their way to harm them. What happened to you was something that a lot of 18-year-olds think of. It is nothing wrong with you thinking at yourself at that moment, I am not ready to be a mom at 18. I do not want this baby daddy drama. I don't want that. I want something completely different. And that is completely understandable. That is okay. You had that choice and you took it. Right now, you feel like you're more established and you can give that child the best care in the world, but you have to look at it as a positive. Don't look at everything that you've been through as a negative, how you're never going to find that happiness. No. Because Angela said there have been a lot of people, a lot of women in your position who have had trouble trying to conceive and miraculously become pregnant. That can be you. It just wasn't the right time. It just wasn't the right time, and that is completely understandable. It really is. And when it happens, it happens. So we get to Twist. He's in Dallas preparing for court. Right now, he's nervous because the charges of carrying a weapon when you weren't supposed to, it could be a year in jail. And this will be his third strike. And he felt like to be back at this place, to be back at this time a year later when I got pulled over, it is definitely hitting me all at once. And it is making me feel like I'm walking down the same path as my father. My father is serving a life sentence and I could be next. And that's not what I wanted my life to be. And if I'm gone, who's going to take care of the family? The family relies on me. I can't let them down. And I cannot believe, without even realizing it, I'm walking in the same path as my father. It turns out I wasn't doing good as much as I thought I was. So, what's that word? Suspense music plays. Twist walks into the courthouse. He comes back out. He's leaping for joy. All he got was 10 months deferred probation, meaning he doesn't have to check in Dallas. He can check in by mail, meaning he can travel back to LA, and it's a short term, 10 months probation. That's really, really good. And that means he is free at last. Y'all stay prayed up. This is definitely an eye-awakening moment for me. I am not going to take this for granted. I'm not going to be in no mess no more. And right now, I deserve a party. So let me have a free at last party. I almost went to jail party and didn't go. And everybody's invited. So we get to Sequoia. Sequoia's in the studio with her father, JoJo, and we are introduced to her cousin, Devin. He's KC's son. Now, when I looked at him, I'm like, he looked like JoJo. But then I looked more at his face. Ooh, you look like your daddy. And he's a producer, rapper, writer, all that and then some. And obviously, he is from the legendary KC, from the legendary group Jodeci. Got some big shoes to fill. And it's all going to be worth it. What's that word? Sequoia. No, yeah, they were talking to JoJo because they wanted to know how is he feeling coming back from COVID. So apparently JoJo is doing acts by himself. The entire quartet of Jodeci is not working. I don't know what KC is doing, but he's performing all by himself. He's touring. I'm like, how can you do that? How can you be one part of Jodeci or even one part of KC and JoJo? How can you do that without having everybody? He said, I gotta do what I gotta do, but it's all gonna be good. KC will be back on stage with me one day. So right now I'm just doing me. So then we're talking about the party that Sequoia was invited to. And she's feeling a way about how do I go about it, because I realized that I overreacted at the showcase. And I just want to see how should I go about it? Because at the showcase, Sequoia had an energy about her when she met Tenise. Denise gave her and her mother a compliment because when she was introduced to them, she thought that her mother was Sequoia and Sequoia was the mom. But Sequoia took that and took offense to it. Like she was saying, "When I'm older or something, what? That's not my mom. You don't think that's my mama?" But I'm like, your mother was small and young, beautiful. I would think that was a compliment. But she took it the wrong way, and that's where it left us with a sour taste in our mouth for Sequoia. So she's wondering from her cousin and her father, how should I handle it? Should I apologize or should I just leave it alone? It flashes back to her talking to her mother about the same thing. And she said, I think you should apologize to everybody. Because at the end of the day, especially to Savannah, we're very close to her father, to Auntie Faye. We're family, so we need to get that nipped, get that in the bud. Her father and her cousin, in my opinion, gave her bad advice. They kept on telling her, you don't have to apologize to nobody. If you feel like you did do nothing wrong, it wasn't that serious. Just let it go to let it turn into a big old thing. And you don't have to apologize for that. Because Sequoia felt like Savannah was being messy by telling her what she told her in the studio. The whole thing with Angela. And everybody had one idea about her and took it completely out of left field towards her. But at the same time, Sequoia, you came off with that energy after Denise, and then it led to the whole issue with Angela because you came off as if you were mad at Angela for dating your ex, your baby daddy, even though y'all have not been together for a long time. So why are you putting that energy on Angela like it was her fault? That's where they left off at. So right now it's just pretty much feeling like a battle. How do I go about this situation, and do I even need to apologize for it? And they say if you're not losing no sleep, don't apologize. But I'm like, y'all gave her bad advice. If she is asking everybody in her family, what should I do? That means she's feeling guilty. She's feeling guilty about what she's seen herself portray on TV and how she went about it. So of course, she's definitely need to apologize. And that's where it all needs to be. Then she says that she has a confident spirit that gives the other girls like, oh my God, I hate her because she's so confident, she's so beautiful, and that Cree and Savannah have a jealous spirit. No, that's not it, Sequoia. That's not it. That's not it at all. So then, of course, it surrounded a whole lot of tweets that been going back and forth between Savannah, Cree, and Sequoia. So there definitely needs to be a conversation. Then we get to Twist Party. Cree and Savannah are on their way there. Savannah brought some toys to liven up the party, but it's toy guns. Girl, this man was arrested on a gun charge. I don't think that was a smart idea. Just stupid. Then they're wondering who else is coming to the party. They mentioned Sequoia, but they called her Sequence, already with the name calling. And they said, who does she know? How did she get invited? I think Twist reached out to her and told her she can come. I guess. But then we find out a part or the main reason why Savannah and Cree had an issue with her was because Sequoia called Savannah's wig Chucky. And Savannah said, I am Chucky in real life, so run up. If you got it like that, what's up? Too much for me. Then everybody arrives at the party. JoJo arrives, Eric arrives, and his wife Aaliyah. Oh my God. She just looks so bland. She looks so plain. Every time, Eric, you said you got all this money last season. Why haven't you invested in your wife a stylist, a makeup artist, something? Because she looks so, oh my gosh, she just looks so bland and pale and just, I'm not saying she's not pretty, but she just looks so tired, so worn out. And she's your wife? You got her out here looking like this. While you in the latest fashion and in your simple streetwear design, you got her looking frumpy. Okay. So, everybody's wondering what's this party for? I just heard it was a party. What's up? The food's there. And there was too many flies. And JoJo was like, it's all right. We've been around them. I probably eaten them at some point in my life. I don't do flies. I was with Cree, but Cree lost me when she said she got her food, catered to her when she was in a barbecue. No, girl, I actually went and got my food off the rib table. So I'm not doing that with you. But I don't do flies either. I hate flies. When they touch your food, it's contaminated. You don't eat it after that because flies eat everything else and then they shit where they eat. I'm not. Nope. I don't know. Nope. Not doing that. Nope. So again, what's this party for? Savannah told them that he had a gun charge, and this could have been his third strike because he already had 2 strikes against him, but he beat the case. He said, "Oh, word, what's up? All right, now we got a party. So Because Twist hasn't arrived yet, but everybody else has came in, enjoyed themselves, eating everything. Brianna comes in. Brianna comes in her simple, I just came out the bed realness. She had a wagon with her art supplies, and she walked in. She said, "I'm hot. Oh my God, let me have a moment. Hey everybody, how y'all doing?" She had a vitamin water, some weed, and tobacco. It helps her. And they said, "How you doing? Do you want some food?" I just need a minute because it's hot as hell outside. But I need a man. I need one of y'all buff men to go out and get a basket for me. You bought a basket? Yeah, I brought a basket. She bought her art supplies because it helps her zen. It helps her mentally be here for the moment. Also, she's been painting a lot because she found out that her friend's father passed away. And while she wants to be here for Twist, she brought her art to keep her in the moment, to keep her present mentally, you know what I'm saying? And solidarity. I knew she wasn't going to miss this with Twist because they're brother and sister. So I want to be able to be here for him, but I'm also feeling a loss for my friend, and I don't want that to be my mood. I don't want that to be my energy. So let me go ahead and find something to keep me sane, keep me, in the middle. And I'm not mad that she did that. She found something to occupy herself, especially with what happened later. Again, everybody's wondering where Twist at. I've already eaten my food. Where this nigga at? What's up? He walks in, fashion related with no shirt. He brought two white strippers here, I guess. Um, Sequoia and Devon are on their way to the party, and Devin, he asked her, "So, what are you gonna do?" She said, "I'm just gonna feel off the energy and see where it goes. That's what I'm gonna do." All right, cool. Because I don't want you to feel like, if what's bothering you is not making you lose no sleep, then don't worry about it. But if you really feel like you need to get this fixed, where it doesn't be any bigger than what it was, then handle it, right? Because she doesn't want to be perceived as she's a punk ass bitch if she doesn't squash it or she doesn't handle it, something of that nature. Then we see it was a small scene of JoJo talking to Eric about I've been MIA because I've had two children. It's a lot. How do you deal with it? You know what I'm saying? Do you ever get a break? And what do I do? How do I go about it? You know what I'm saying? Because while I want to be that helpful parent, and I also want to be a worker, but I'm also got to make sure I'm balancing with my wife because my wife wants to have her free moment too. So what do I do? Eric told us that his wife didn't work for 9 years because he was working and he got it all. And I don't know if I like how he said it, because to me it felt like you wanted to still be out in the streets and still do what you wanted to do. And your wife was supposed to just be okay with you bringing home money for the kids, even though she's at home all day with the kids. Hence why that's how she dresses. You have not taken her out. You have not taken her out of nowhere besides this. That's it. Now, I wonder why she don't dress. Oh, never mind. Let me move on. But it's basically saying have a balance where both parties can get a break. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like JoJo is already sounding like he's tired of being a father to two already. He's so tired. As if he's been waking up for years already, doing it all by himself. Boy, bye. The boy's barely a couple of months. And you have a 5-year-old. Wait till they both start, asking shit. Then you can say you tired, but miss me with that. To me, JoJo was putting 20 on 10 about how he's been working so much on being a daddy. Go, no, I'm not, I'm no, I'm moving on. So, Sequoia and her cousin arise, and instantly, as soon as Sequoia and Devin walk out to the backyard, I can already hear the catty noises from Savannah, Creek, and Aaliyah already. Y'all already being petty mean girls. Y'all being one of them cheerleaders that sit on top of the bleachers, constantly snickering about a girl who you don't like, a girl who think is ugly, a girl who just want to taunt and bully. That's where my energy was. And I feel like, how old are we? How old are we? And Creed, again, I don't even know why I should be I don't know why I should be surprised based off of how you showed your ass the first episode. This episode, you really showed your ass to me. And Savannah, I expect nothing less from you because you are an immature little girl. And Aaliyah, girl, you ain't got no friends, so you want to hop on to them, hop on to their issue when you don't even know Sequoia like that. You don't know Sequoia like that, so why you hopping on to them, calling her out her name, making fun of her how she walks? Really? Okay. So Twist approaches them, say, "Hey, what's up? How y'all doing? Y'all enjoy yourselves?" Sequoia gets them candy. And all right, let me introduce y'all to everybody. JoJo looked at her and went back to his phone because he's not here for it. Eric decides to be the icebreaker and introduced everybody to them. They say, "Hey, what's up? How you doing?" So He wants to open up the gates for everybody to be introduced to them, right? So Koya is taking a step back because she can already feel the energy emanating from Savannah and Cree, and she's not going to step in that. No, I'm going to stay right here. Let me go ahead and get my mind ready first. Instantly, I felt like Sequoia came on some positive energy. Not rah-rah. Not rah-rah between Savannah and Cree. And like I said, they're talking about her, talking about how she walks, and then Aaliyah said, "You think we should go talk to Sequence?" No, I'm not Hakamani. She should talk to me. Savannah, you ain't nobody. You are nobody. Nobody is afraid of you, intimidated. No. Who are you? You are a hot cracker. Not hot cracker. You are a fuse that needs to be just drenched with water and fire hydrant. Because you do too much. Too much, I swear. So, Savannah doesn't really know what happened between Sequoia and the showcase, but it rubbed her the wrong way with hearing that or seeing that Sequoia threw a drink or almost wanted to throw a drink at a pregnant woman, right? So it turned around to get to know her anymore. I can understand that, but I also thought that Savannah had an issue with Sequoia because that was Savannah's first time hosting something. So that was a very important moment for her, right? But then I also felt like maybe Savannah definitely feels guilty for instantly spreading her information to everybody else. And she didn't like how she got called out for it. Something else of that nature. Not just for you getting mad about Denise getting a drink thrown on her. I get it. She was pregnant and everybody was making sure she was okay because she went through a miscarriage. And that's why they wanted to wait until she was further along to say they're having a baby. So I can understand how to protect you guys about that. But I feel like while that's an understanding reason to be mad at somebody, it's just the way that y'all did it and made it bigger. Like I don't know. Let me move on. So Eric decides to take Devin around to meet Savannah, Cree, and Aaliyah, right? So when he introduces himself to Aaliyah, he said, "Hi, I'm Devin, Casey Haley's son from Jodeci." Savannah, "Oh, it was you. Why'd you write about me on Twitter?" Whoa. He's like, "Huh? Why did you write about me on Twitter?" And it goes left. He said, "Because y'all was coming at my cousin." Now I understand as a man you don't want to enter yourself in women's business. I can understand that. I really can. But at the same point in time, Savannah already came with that rah-rah, nasty, venom energy, and I would have been turned off by not wanting to even fool her because she's exhausting. She sucks up the entire air, and it's like a dark cloud. So dark. I don't like it. So then he's like, "Well, at the end of the day, I was trying to have my cousin's back." She said, "Well, I don't give a fuck if it was your mama, if it was your cousin, if it was your auntie. You shouldn't enter yourself in the conversation. It had nothing to do with you. It was between me and her. Let her come in and say something to me. Why are you coming in here?" Just rah-rah. I don't like it. So he said, "Okay, well, I'm sorry. Who are you?" And of course, she keeps on saying, he added me on Twitter. I don't like that. I don't know you right now. I don't want to get to know you because you don't know me. Just kept going on and on and on. And he's like, "Well, second of all, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was trying to back my cousin up. That's all I was trying to do." And even though he kind of like knew who she was, but this was their first introduction, I believe that Devin was on some. I get it. We said some shit online, but that don't mean we still got to be in that mindset of being nasty towards one another. Maybe we can have a conversation and work this out, right? Savannah, no, she keeps on going back and forth. "I don't want to know this nigga. I don't want to know him. I don't want to be all buddy buddy. He can go. He can leave. He can go. I don't give a fuck. You're annoying. Get the fuck out of my face." Just too much, in my opinion. If it was like, did he come at you wrong because he introduced himself and you instantly went to check him on why would you talk about me on Twitter? Okay. He walks back over to Sequoia and said, "Listen, it was mad disrespectful." You know what I'm saying? Because I was trying to talk. I was trying to tell her my position, like the reason why I was defending you. But then she went all left. She became disrespectful. What can you expect from Savannah? Disrespectful. That's it. And Twist hears it. He said, "What's going on? What's up?" "Oh, Savannah being disrespectful. The usual." "Oh," he said, "not at my party." "Oh, hell no. We're going to get this shit nitpicked right now. That's what's up. We ain't doing this shit right here." He said, "What y'all not going to do is fight at my shindig. I'm on peace. I ain't trying to be in no type of bullshit with y'all. So let me be the peacemaker. Because I ain't finna let nobody go to jail. Okay?" So Savannah's still going on and on about how I'm not finna be approached by no goofy ass person. And y'all try to make me seem like I'm some pretty LA bitch or bitch I got fucking money. I'm not about that. I'm really about that shit. Savannah, you ain't about nothing, okay? You're a spoiled little brat who got everything that you wanted to get, and right now you are ruining any chance of anybody wanting to fool with you anymore with this shit, okay? I don't care who your father is. Your father cannot save you every time you make shit worse for yourself. He cannot. And who killed what? Y'all trying to play me out like I'm this pretty LA bitch. You know what, Savannah? You keep giving me how you does this. You just this innocent girl who just wants to make money and not work. You give me that tease already because you're a spoiled little girl, but yeah, you want to act all hood, act all gangster. You about that life. Savannah, bye. Bye. Bye, Savannah. You can go exit stage left, sit your ass down somewhere, go stand in the corner because you are doing too fucking much, okay? So Twist comes over and tells Savannah, calm the fuck down. Fix your face. When you ain't about to mess up my shindig in my rented backyard, I'm gonna need you to calm the fuck down, okay? Now, this man's coming over here to apologize to you, okay? She said, first of all, I don't like how he called me out on Twitter, and I don't like how her cousin is coming in here to defend his aunt builder body ass bitch. Again, what is with this venom? Nobody called you out your name, but you're instantly talking shit about people who you... I swear, this girl... Oh, I swear I wanted to jump through my screen and punch the shit out of her. I did. Because then she talking about how she said my wig like Chucky. Bitch, I am Chucky in real life. Run up. Annoying as fuck to me. Annoying as fuck. He said, okay, but you dragging this shit outside. It don't need to be dragged out. Just calm down, okay? And then how we supposed to have a nice evening if things are getting heated? Because of Savannah and Creed. That's why. And Sequoia said, listen, in the day, the person who I really wanted to speak to was JoJo. And I'm mad that I did not approach him when I got here. But right now, I want to take this opportunity to tell him I was wrong. So so what's going on? Twist brings JoJo over. Oh yeah, I forgot. And Savannah wanted Sequoia to come beg on her knees and apologize to her. Girl, fuck you. Fuck you, okay? Get on your knees. Fuck you. I ain't time for this. So she said, I want to talk to JoJo because I really want to talk to his wife. So I want to see how we can have a conversation. So JoJo came over. She has spoken to him. She said there was a lot of confusion about how it started. He said, listen, when I came in, I welcomed you with open arms. And right now I'm hearing you get into an argument with my wife. And then I also found out you got animosity with my sister. So what's up with that? So they're talking about the situation that she told Savannah about who's coming to the showcase. She said, oh, Angela's coming. She's cool. Oh, okay. Well, I know Angela. She used to date my ex. I think it's going to be a little awkward. But the way that was carried, it was carried as if Sequoia had an issue with Angela because she dated her ex. Now, Sequoia, you did say that Angela came in while you were trying to fix things with your baby father. So it let that type of energy or in between the lines read that you were mad at Angela for coming in and messing up your big happy family, right? But if you were not feeling that way, then you should have just came out in the beginning. But since we did not get another episode after that showcase episode, it led us to think that you wanted an issue with Angela because she took your man. But that wasn't your man. That was your baby father. And you guys were not together at that point, right? So it left us in a field of confusion. Are you mad or are you not mad? You know what I'm saying? So the way that Savannah carried it, it was like more what it was. But then she realized how she looked back at the episode. She did overreact with the comment that Denise made, and she was wrong for that. And I hope you can accept my apology. JoJo said, I commend you. It takes a big person to realize they were wrong, and they're going to announce that they were wrong, and they want to rectify it. And I feel like the way you're coming at me is genuine, but I can only speak for myself. I can't speak for my wife, so you guys are going to have that conversation. But as of right now, me and you, we straight. And that was the end. And I feel like Sequoia, mission accomplished. Right now, fuck them birds. You ain't got to worry about them no more. Don't worry about it. Right now, take the advice that your daddy and your cousin gave you. If you don't see yourself losing sleep to try to rectify with them, don't worry about it. The main person who you wanted to rectify with has been rectified. Have a good time and leave it alone, right? So Twist feeling accomplished that one part of the issue was squashed. He wants to have another conversation with Sequoia, Savannah, and Creek, right? And she said, I don't even know if we're gonna get that because their energy is on some other levels, and I might as well stay my ass right here. You know what I'm saying? This is not the time. No, it's not the time. So his cousin goes back and sends an olive branch. He goes over with pure intentions by saying, I'm sorry if my tone and my input on the Twitter felt some, felt different. If you felt some type of way about it, that wasn't what I wanted to do. I just want my cousin out here by herself. You know what I'm saying? Cree. Well, you can only defend her online for so long because once you're in person, it gets a little weird, it gets a little off. And I understand that because he's a man. But Cree kept going on about how you're coming back over here apologizing. And you're saying you're going to have her back, but she's not having yours. We could cuss your ass out and she wouldn't do nothing. Now, Cree, while I understand that you're telling him he needs to stay out of women's business, but I don't know what part you have in this. What do you have to do with this? I really don't know. You know what I'm saying? And if Sequoia is already peeping the energy, I wouldn't even think you guys would have given her the space to come, correct as y'all want her to. Y'all wouldn't give her that space. So she felt like, I'm not going to waste my time and breath if I was to go over there. Even though when she had that conversation with JoJo, they were literally 3 feet apart from each other. Y'all could have had that conversation. But Sequoia was choosing her battles wisely and in her favor. In this situation, she was, you know what I'm saying? So while Devin is apologizing to his energy and his input in the situation, Savannah and Cree are giving him the fuck you. They're giving him, I ain't got time for you. I don't care. You can go back that way. I ain't got time. Get out my face. I don't want to, no, goodbye. No. Like, not even giving him that much. And he didn't come with no rah-rah at all. He came on peaceful shit just like Sequoia, and y'all read him off. For what? He already told you he was sorry. He said, if my tone is offensive, I understand, but that's how I talk, but I can understand how y'all feel. I'm sorry. At that point, I would have gave up. I would have gave up because he thought we can have a conversation like adults, but we can't until 2 ignorant ass kids, right? So Twist looked at Savannah and said, you need home training because that wasn't necessary. And she do. She coming so venomous, so rowdy, so rah-rah, so nasty when someone's trying to be nice to her ass. When someone's trying to tell her how they fucked up. But she doesn't see where she's wrong. And Cree, you're condoning it and you don't see what you're doing is wrong too. And then she said, what's up? At the end of the day, they ain't trying to hear me, so I don't even think they're going to try to hear you. So we can just leave it at that, right? We ain't got to say nothing to them. Cree comes over because she feels like there's nothing wrong with having a conversation, right? Because she wants to know, what's the beef? Cree, I want to know, what's the beef? All that shit you was doing with Savannah earlier, I want to know where the hell you come in from. Why are you having so much to say? You know what I'm saying? Like, what does this have to do with you? I really want to know. So then she wants to bring Savannah over. Let's have a talk. Here go Twist. Are y'all ready to have a conversation like adults? Because y'all can have this. Y'all might have to fuck up my shit. That's not what y'all about to do. So Savannah comes over, and of course, she starts being all Billy badass because she got an audience now, right? She said, first of all, at the end of the day, you going on me with Twitter, right? Because at the end of the day, you know I'm gonna beat that ass. So what the fuck's up? If I say all that shit, you need to say all that shit, but at the end of the day, you wouldn't say shit. You doing all that shit on Twitter, but you want to say that shit to my face. So what's up? You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck about you. I don't know you. Who the fuck are you? Okay, at the end of the day, when I say all of just all that. Just all that. All that in front of an audience. Because that's what Savannah wants. An audience, okay? And then now she wants to say, like, come on, bro, we grown. We're grown. Go take care of your son or something. Go ahead and do that. Breaks loose. I'm with Sequoia. Don't bring up my child. Do not bring up my child. Don't who the fuck told you to bring up my child, right? So a fight breaks out because she mentioned her son, and everybody was like, whoa, calm down. Cree, in front of Sequoia, you need to calm down. No, and Sequoia, this is Sequoia. I ain't got no issue with you. I don't have no issue with you. You can fall back, but she mentioned my son, and I got an issue with that. I don't know what Cree thought was. I don't, but Savannah put in the corner, think she did something. Girl, bye. And then while they're trying to separate Cree from Sequoia, here go Cree. Like, why y'all trying to separate me? I got 4 degrees. I'm not finna hit this girl. I just want to have a talk. So Sequoia giving a glimpse of seeing an adult conversation with Cree. She said, let her go. We can talk. We can talk. So what's up? We can talk. So Cree starts off with says, you have a problem with all of my friends. When you turned up on knees, that was wrong. But you can't get mad for Savannah bringing up your son because you brought your son up in the first place when you wanted him to have a storyline about Angela and your issue with your baby father. Cree, what? You mean to tell me a woman who doesn't have kids could come at me and tell me about how she thinks or she knows I don't take care of my child and I can't get upset? And you want to throw it back in my face that I use my son as a storyline and made Angela my issue? No. What she did say was Angela dated her baby father. She never mentioned her son. So Cree, what the hell were you hearing? Or what the hell did you hear from Angela? Or what the hell are you talking about? And why are you speaking up? Why? Why are you speaking up? What does this have to do with you? And why do you think it doesn't make any difference if someone who doesn't have kids can bring up my child? Hell no. Hell no. So I'm going to pop that weasel ass bitch in the face. That's what I'm finna do. No. So Sequoia, so they go back and forth and telling her you'll know all the facts at the end of the day. She said, you need to figure out your situation with your son. And she said, okay, yes, I did bring up that conversation. That's correct. But I didn't bring up my issue with Angela. I didn't do that. But that happened a decade ago. Why are you mad? I'm not mad. I just said I brought her up because she was there. It was just a name to bring up because she recognizes how Angela dated her ex. So I think that was Sequoia's entry into knowing who else is coming. But she doesn't have an issue, right? So, but the fact that Cree can still feel confident in telling her she needs to figure out whatever she needs to figure out with her son and not bring up Angela. Why are you caping for Angela, Cree? She would not do the same for you. Angela will run from a fight real quick. You see how quickly she got up when she calls you and Vanessa out for not talking about that you brought up that you're going to bring up TT? She ran out so damn fast. Angela feels like drama and fight is beneath her. Even though she's on a show where there might be a fight, there might be a disagreement, there might be an argument, but she doesn't want to be a part of that. Angela ain't gonna do that for you. And you don't even know Angela like that. What you caping for her for? Anyway. So she said, yes, I did bring him up. And yes, over a decade ago, but that wasn't why. Because she's a familiar person, and if I had an issue, you would have heard about it from me, but you heard it from someone who spun it differently. That's what you heard it from. And Cree said, okay, you're mad. But then security is stepping in more because they feel like she apologized to JoJo. That's all we need to know. And she said, I don't give a fuck if she apologized to that. I don't give a fuck. She don't care because she still wants to defend Angela's name. And I don't know why you're caping so hard for Angela. She wouldn't do the same for you. And why do you need to feel the need to cape for Angela? Who asked you? Nobody asked you, Cree. You're stepping into a situation that had nothing to do with you. You had no part to play in this. None whatsoever. Oh my God, it was annoying as hell. So that's why the producers came in and said, this is getting a little out of hand. Because right now you're adding more to it that does not need to be all this. That's from Cree's doing, not from Sequoia. So Cree feels like she doesn't care that she apologized and that she cannot get upset that Savannah brought up her child. In the midst of that, Bree is sitting on her phone, watching the whole thing. I was laughing because that was funny. So Sequoia tells Cree, at the end of the day, you won't understand how a mother feels when someone mentions to her son, mentions how she parents. So when you have kids, you'll understand. That said Cree all the way out because we heard in the earlier episode, Cree has had some difficulties having children, right? So that's when she wanted to come in and she wants to start, going at Sequoia now. She said, don't talk about no motherfucking kids and da-da-da. But I felt like she didn't say nothing wrong, Cree. You don't have kids. You don't know what it means when someone wants to insult you on your parenting and bring up your child in the midst of it. You don't understand that. She did not talk about your inability to have kids. If she mentioned that she knew you had an abortion and how you had a miscarriage, if she mentioned any of that, then yeah, fired her. But she didn't say that. She said, until you be in my shoes as a mother, don't come at me and tell me who I can and cannot be upset about when someone misses my child. And while Creed's trying to get to Sequoia, here comes Savannah on some sneak shit when she wasn't paying attention because they left the big open space for Creed and Sequoia to be away from each other, but it was enough space for Savannah to come in and sneak. I said, get the fuck out of here, Savannah. Go away. It was a whole mess. Fight everywhere. They're trying to push Creed all the way back. She's in the kitchen. She's about to grab mangoes and shit because they're pulling her way back. And she got the strength of 10 men. And try to separate. At the same point in time, Brianna minding her business on her headphones painting. It's still going crazy. Now, they separate them enough for a cool minute, but it was enough time for Creed to break free and go right back at Sequoia to fight her again. Here comes Savannah on some jumping shit. I'm like, get him the fuck out of here. What are y'all doing? Why did y'all let her go? How could y'all not stop her? In the midst of that, Brianna's art supplies get messed up. Her canvas and her station gets completely demolished. She said, oh my God. What the fuck are y'all doing? Get out of here. Move. What the fuck? She said, the minute them bitches touched my station, everybody had to die. The cameraman looks at her and said, get the fuck out of my face before I slap you. And she said, listen, at the end of the day, you bitches ruin my art. Art can't be replaced. And I know why, because art's special. You can't replace that shit. That's why it's beautiful. And y'all bitches fucked that up and y'all didn't give a fuck. Twist was like, these people wasn't raised right. I don't even care who raised them, but they was not raised right. Sequoia said, you bitches ain't tough. You in my city. Twist said, I ain't got no celebrity mommy and daddies, but I know for a fact I wasn't raised like this. I was raised right because these people ain't got no home training. None whatsoever. And then he said, they coming in my party, fighting, scaring my white strippers and scaring my bitches off. That was too funny for me. I was dying at Brianna and Twist. Unbotheredness the entire time throughout this episode because it was bullshit. How Creed and Savannah was on some jumping shit to Sequoia. And I know in the beginning, I was like, I ain't got no time for Sequoia because how she came. But right now, I'm on her side. Understanding about how, yeah, she might have not had a full time to be introduced the right way. The way that she did it wasn't completely understood. But at the same time, it's like, why does Savannah and Creed have so much angst towards her for something that I don't even think it was that big of a deal? And I think that Creed, you invited yourself in a situation that had nothing to do with you because you wanted to cave for some friends. You don't know them like that. You just got cool with Angela not too long ago, and that's it. You don't know her. You don't know the Angela like we know the Angela, okay? But next episode, I feel like I'm going to go some more bullshit. But that's it, you guys. That's all I have. Please stay tuned for my next video, and I'm going to see you guys later. Bye.